Hey there, future renters. Get this. The average rent in New York City just hit $5,000 a month. That's wild, right? And it's not just NYC. Across the country, rent prices are through the roof. It's tough out there, I know. That's why budgeting for rent isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Think of it as your financial game plan, especially when it comes to one of your biggest expenses. Without a solid budget, you're flying blind. And trust me, nobody wants a financial crash landing. This isn't about living like a monk and never going out. It's about understanding your money so you can live the life you want without drowning in rent payments. Ready to take control? Let's dive in. Budgeting isn't sexy. I get it. It sounds like something your grandma nags you about. But here's the thing, a budget is just a plan for your money. It's how you tell your dollars where to go instead of wondering where they went. When you budget for rent, you're deciding how much you can comfortably afford without sacrificing other important things. Think about it. Would you rather live in a swanky apartment and eat ramen noodles every night? Or would you prefer a cozy place with enough left over for dinners out and weekend trips? It's your money, your life, your choice. But you can't choose if you don't know where your money's going. That's where budgeting comes in. It empowers you to make smart decisions that align with your goals. Finding an affordable apartment can feel like searching for a unicorn. It's out there, but it's elusive. You're juggling your income, desired location, and must-have amenities. And let's be real, sometimes those desires clash with your budget. You might dream of that spacious loft downtown, your bank account might be whispering cozy studio in the suburbs. It's all about finding the right balance, a place that meets your needs without breaking the bank. Compromise is key. Maybe you sacrifice a bit of square footage for a shorter commute. Or you opt for a slightly older building with more character and a lower price tag. It's about prioritizing what matters most to you. No two renters are the same, and neither are their budgets. Each person has unique needs and preferences that shape their ideal living situation. Your ideal rent depends on a few key factors. First, income. This is the foundation of your budget, how much money you're bringing in each month. But income isn't everything. While your income sets the stage, other elements play crucial roles. Location, location, location. We all know that rent prices vary wildly depending on where you want to live. The neighborhood you choose can significantly impact your rent. A trendy neighborhood will cost more than a quieter suburb. But why is that? Trendy areas often offer more amenities, better access to public transportation, and a vibrant social scene. These perks come at a premium. On the other hand, quieter suburbs might offer more space and tranquility at a lower cost. Then there's your lifestyle. Do you love trying new restaurants every week? Dining out frequently can add up, affecting how much you can comfortably spend on rent. Or are you more of a homebody? If you prefer spending your evenings at home, you might prioritize a comfortable living space over proximity to nightlife. Your spending habits play a big role in how much you can allocate to rent. Think about your priorities. Are you willing to cut back on other expenses to afford a nicer place? Or would you rather save on rent to have more disposable income for other activities? Are you willing to live further out to save on rent? Commuting can be a trade-off for lower rent prices, but it also means more time spent traveling. Or is being in the heart of the action non-negotiable? Living in the city center can be exciting and convenient, but it often comes with a higher price tag. There's no right or wrong answer, only what works best for you. Ultimately, finding the right balance between your budget, lifestyle, and location is key. Take the time to evaluate your needs and make a decision that aligns with your financial goals and personal preferences. Happy house hunting. Section 5, calculate your ideal rent. Okay, time to crunch some numbers. Understanding how much you can afford to spend on rent is crucial for maintaining financial stability and peace of mind. Calculating your ideal rent isn't rocket science, promise. It's all about knowing your income, expenses, and making sure you have enough left over for other essentials and a bit of fun. Start with your monthly income after taxes. This is the amount you actually take home, also known as your net income. This is your net income, the money you actually have to spend. It's important to be accurate here, so make sure you include all sources of income. Next, list out your fixed expenses. These are the non-negotiable bills that you have to pay every month. These are the bills that stay relatively consistent each month, like groceries, transportation, and student loans. Don't forget to include any subscriptions or memberships you have. Now, subtract your fixed expenses from your net income. This step is crucial as it helps you understand how much money you have left after covering your essential costs. This gives you your discretionary income, the money you have left over for things like rent, entertainment, and savings. This is the amount you can play around with, entertainment and savings. It's important to strike a balance here, ensuring you have enough for both your needs and wants. Here's where it gets interesting. You need to decide how much of this discretionary income should go towards rent. Many experts recommend sticking to the 30% rule, meaning no more than 30% of your gross income should go towards rent, meaning no more than 30% of your gross income should go towards rent. This rule is a good starting point, but it might not be perfect for everyone. But we'll dive deeper into that later and see if it's the right approach for you. Remember, everyone's financial situation is unique, and it's important to find a balance that works for you. Consider your lifestyle, future goals, and any other financial commitments you might have. This will help you determine if the 30% rule is suitable for you or if you need to adjust it. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that your rent is affordable and that you have enough left over to live comfortably and save for the future. So take your time, do the math, and make an informed decision. With a clear understanding of your finances, you'll be well on your way to finding a place that fits your budget and lifestyle perfectly. Happy house hunting, happy house. Section 6. The 30% rule, myth or magic? The 30% rule. It's a popular guideline, but is it the be-all and end-all of rent budgeting? Many people swear by it, but let's dig a little deeper. Not necessarily. While it's a good starting point, it's not always realistic or ideal for everyone. The rule suggests that you should spend no more than 30% of your income on rent, but life isn't always that simple. Remember those individual factors we talked about? They come into play here. Your financial situation, lifestyle, and personal goals all influence how much you can and should spend on rent. Let's say you live in a city with sky-high rent prices. In such places, adhering strictly to the 30% rule might be nearly impossible without sacrificing your quality of life. Sticking rigidly to the 30% rule might mean living in a tiny, cramped apartment that makes you miserable. You might end up in a place that doesn't meet your needs or make you happy. On the other hand, if you have minimal debt and prioritize saving, you might be comfortable allocating more than 30% to rent for a nicer place. This could enhance your overall well-being and satisfaction. The key is to be flexible and adjust the 30% rule to your unique circumstances. It's about finding a balance that works for you, not just following a one-size-fits-all guideline. Don't be afraid to personalize it. Tailor your budget to fit your life. Consider your income, expenses, and financial goals. Maybe you can spend a bit more on rent if it means living closer to work and saving on commuting costs. Or perhaps you need to spend less to pay off debt faster. Ultimately, the 30% rule is a guideline, not a hard and fast rule. Use it as a starting point, but don't be afraid to deviate from it if it means achieving a better financial balance and a happier life. So, is the 30% rule a myth or magic? It's neither. It's a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how you use it. Make it work for you, and you'll find the right balance for your unique situation. Remember, your financial journey is personal. Make choices that align with your goals and circumstances. Happy budgeting. Section 7. Take control of your rent. Remember, your rent budget is a tool to empower you, not restrict you. It's about making informed decisions that align with your financial goals and lifestyle preferences. Don't be afraid to negotiate with landlords, explore different neighborhoods, and consider roommates to find the best possible deal. And here's a pro tip. Think beyond just the monthly rent. Factor in additional costs like utilities, parking, and renter's insurance to get a complete picture of your housing expenses. By being proactive and strategic, you can find a great place to live without sacrificing your financial well-being. You've got this. With a little planning and these tips in your back pocket, you'll be well on your way to finding your perfect and affordable rental. Section 8. What's your rent story? Now I want to hear from you. What are your biggest challenges when it comes to budgeting for rent? Have you found any creative ways to save money on housing costs? Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. And if you're hungry for more financial wisdom, head over to my website. I will teach you to be rich for tons of free resources, articles, and podcasts. Let's make smart money moves together.